Well, mainly people are asking for certainty. They want some kind of certainty in this very uncertain year. And what's interesting is coming in and developing a financial plan, planning combats uncertainty. You know, we take into account in planning that we're going to have up markets, down markets, unusual things happen. So once you get a plan, then you just work the plan. And so that's why we have so many people coming in and said, I need some professional help to develop a plan so that when these things happen, everything I don't have this deer in the headlights look about my financial situation. One thing is if you're in a situation where you're worried about your house payment, your light bill, even food, you need these politicians to solve their issues and get that budget out. One of the things you could do that would help is really look at your budget. You need a snapshot of where you are and get not just hope, but know exactly where you are. If you'd like some help with that, we have a budget worksheet on our website at csrp.info, and it's just a simple budget worksheet. And then for those who have a financial plan, a lot of that times that includes an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of your income. Well, I think this constitutes an emergency, wouldn't you? And so now would be the time to access that emergency fund. You say, well, I don't even have that. And I know that people are hurting. There's something that some people don't know about. In the CARES Act, the government has allowed you to tap your 401ks for $100,000, and you won't have to pay the penalty on that. And so that's something that is a relief to a lot of people, that they can use their 401k money without paying the penalty. But that's very important these days. And then you've got to decide, if you're not using the $1,200 for groceries or your light bill, what do I use that money on? And we recommend the first thing is make sure you take care of those credit cards. That high interest adds up, and it will get out of hand. And so if you have some discretion there, that's the prioritizing the debt is very important. I'd put that on first. But the main, I think something that's very important too is you've got to remain positive through this if you can, because sticking your head in the sand, so be proactive, take action. Something I've learned through the years, that things are never as good or as bad as they seem at the time. And the good part about it is stimulus is going to get passed either before the election or after the election, and the election's only about 30 days away. So the stimulus is going to get passed, but with God's help, we can get through this and hope for better days. Well, mainly people are asking for certainty. They want some kind of certainty in this very uncertain year. And what's interesting is coming in and developing a financial plan, planning combats uncertainty. We take into account in planning that we're going to have up markets, down markets, unusual things happen. So once you get a plan, then you just work the plan. And so that's why we have so many people coming in and said, I need some professional help to develop a plan so that when these things happen, everything I don't have this deer in the headlights look about my financial situation. Like I told you, after 35 years, I thought I'd seen it all until COVID came along with the associated misery, and people who had businesses, all of a sudden they couldn't go to work, their hair salon, whatever. And so the stimulus checks have got them through this rough time, but they were anticipating another round of stimulus, and then all of a sudden Trump just decided to walk out. And that's really, if you know anything about him, he's got this art of the deal, and if he's not getting a good deal, he'll walk out. So as soon as he walked out, he said, but I would be interested in, there's money that's already appropriated for that in the CARES Act for the airlines. There's money appropriated to give people the $1,200. So what's happening is the Democrats and Republicans right before the election are having it out, but the market hates uncertainty. Clients hate uncertainty. And so that people are coming in with a lot of angst about what they should do with their money. And that uncertainty is just adding another problem to the many that COVID has already caused.